All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to our Happy Hour. This is number 66, y'all. Yeah, we join you today on Sunday, March 10th, 2019. Dang.
He went back. What was that?
2017.
I don't know what I was.
No, it sounded like he was about to say 2007.
Yeah, but actually, fun fact, we started this podcast in 2017.
We did.
My goodness, time has gone by definitely.
Yes.
But
fast.
yeah, we're here right here on the east side of South Central LA. This is Oliver Happy Hour. We're joined. I'm joined by my illustrious sisters, Miss Daisy O.
Daisy O, coming for the show tonight, every night, in your house, in your bedroom, in your life.
In your bedroom.
Oh my goodness. All right, and please don't make me do an explanation.
Oh my God.
And we have
Debbie Zev here in the building.
Yeah, okay, now I am Darren Oliver. My name is so nice, you gotta say it twice.
All right.
So, we're here back again. We're starting a little frantically today. My goodness, there's so much. It's so much that happened this week. I just want to say that I feel very run right now.
Mm-hmm.
Very drained. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel drained.
You know,
Overwhelmed.
overwhelmed a bit. But you know what? I'll be honest. I've been dealing with my overwhelmedness with just doing other things and avoiding things. You know, that's mostly. If you can get me busy, then my mind will be off of something. But that's really not a good
Procrastinator.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think we all have that.
Yeah.
Procrastinator. I'm like, really
Okay.
All
I
right.
don't know. So why don't we just dive into new music? We were listening to Light Skin Keisha, right?
Yeah.
No, what's up? The song was called "Hey Light Skin." I like the intro of it. Devin, you chose
Daisy
it.
Daisy said that Mary mentioned it to her, but I've been seeing Light Skin Keisha on Instagram. She was just making like little videos with her freestyling or just being, funny or whatever. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Miss Pretty V, the one that Follow Me Ho, that those challenges that they will be doing, like they all hang around with each other. But anyways, she basically, she was an Instagram star. She blew up over social media.
Oh, she blew up on social media. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Mary sent me this. Mary Jane sent me this. Believe That. Mm-hmm. Believe That. It's a new audio.
Yeah.
Cue that up from Light Skin Keisha. Yeah, it's called Believe That.
Told me that.
Believe That.
Prepared.
Yeah, well, Light Skin Keisha. We're just featuring her this week.
So Believe That.
Well, yeah, she has a lot of stuff out. She's pretty cool.
So this is Believe That?
Yeah. This came out I want to say last year. About? It came out last summer. I don't know what it's called. What is it called?
It's called Believe That.
Believe That. I think this was her breaking out single.
It's called The Breakout. This is her breakout single?
It's what got her like.
Well, yeah, I mean, taking a backbeat of back that ass
Right. Her boyfriend is a rapper as well.
Oh yeah, what's his name?
Hold on, I'm gonna get that for you really quick.
So she pretty much like what would you classify this kind of rap as?
Ratchet.
Rap.
Oh, ratchet. Now, I was about to say hood rat, but she looks nothing like a hood rat. She's beautiful.
She's really,
Yeah, she's very pretty.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend is, his Instagram name is Coca Vango. I don't really know.
Coca Vango.
I can't. Okay. I don't really know some of his songs. His songs is on the radio, but I really don't know.
Coca Vango.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's a weird name, but I mean, yo, big ups to light skin Keisha. It's written as one word. You say it once. It looks like she got another one called Right Good. We're doing a whole spotlight, I guess, on light skin Keisha.
Her boyfriend's song is called, one of his songs is called Sauce All On Me.
Should I look it up?
Yeah, look it up. She got a video for this too. She's been putting out a lot of stuff.
Oh, his name is Coca Vango, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coca Vango.
I've heard this on the radio.
Her name is Coca Vango.
I don't know.
Coco Vango. He sounds like just like everybody else. Like it don't sound no different.
No, it don't.
Damn. That is just so monotonous today. You turn on one nigga just yelling in a damn mic, and you turn on the next track thinking you gonna get something different. And what is it?
Same thing.
It's a dark skinned nigga
Oh
yelling
my
on the
God.
damn mic. Shit. You used to at least be able, okay, yeah, you know, that dude, he, you know,
Oh my God.
he got this kind of flow, and this dude, he got that kind of flow,
But they still sound the same.
everybody just yelling.
They either using, what's the name? What do you call it, auto-tune?
My bad.
You're so
Yo,
light.
can I get a record deal? I don't even need a record deal.
You sound just like him, so you might as well
Yeah.
get one.
Might as well.
Give me one of them closet deals, you know. I mean,
Oh
that
my God.
I'm talking about like
Closet deal.
I'm over here recording in my closet and I'm able to, you know, get a deal. I don't know why, but I just when I said closet, I don't like thought trapped in the closet.
Right.
No, I'm
Oh
not.
my God.
I'm trying to get one of them
No.
closet deals.
No.
Anyway, okay. So what's next?
2 Chainz has an album that was just released, Devin said this week, called Rap or Go to the League.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song off of it, Devin? This one's called Threat to Society. It's track 2. Ooh,
Yeah.
I like it.
I like 2 Chainz. I like all of it.
I like it. Well, I like this track. What's the next one? Let's see. Devin, what was your favorite?
I don't have a favorite.
Oh, did you listen to the album? I listened to it when I was working
I
in the back
skimmed
the other
through
day, and it was. I thought it was pretty chill.
It's pretty good. It's a good album that you could just play through.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has 14 tracks.
This one's called "I'm Not Crazy, Life Is." Featuring Chance the Rapper and Kodak Black.
Some of his songs be funny. Girl's
All
best
right.
friend.
Girl's Best Friend. That's one, the one with Ty Dolla Sign. Here we go. Ooh. Damn. Okay. I like this.
Right. Hey.
Yeah, I was looking at his show on Vice that he got most expensive.
Oh my
That's a pretty
gosh,
good show.
that
That dude's
freaking
funny.
that show is hilarious. It's a lot of stuff, a lot of expensive stuff out there for no reason,
Oh yeah.
and people will really be buying it. But
Yeah.
why does it, like I was telling you, Darren, he gifted LeBron James with one of his chains because LeBron had beat Michael Jordan's
Oh
like
yeah,
all
his
stats.
record. Yeah, earlier this week, he's in the all-time scoring list. He
Right.
just surpassed Michael Jordan.
That
Right?
is impressive.
Yeah,
Pretty dope.
during the Laker game. Absolutely amazing.
Pretty
Wow.
dope.
All right, so moving on from 2 Chainz, this is a new artist called. Well, I don't know if he's new, but this guy is called Lucky Day. This was called Real Games. Some of you hear on KJLH probably. I feel like I heard on KJLH already.
I like it.
It's R&B soul. Okay, so Again, that guy is called Lucky Day, so check him out.
That's his name?
Lucky Day. Lucky D-A-Y-E. This is from the album 2. I think that's probably the second album, maybe. Alright, so check this one out. This is Lion Babe. This one's called Western World featuring Mr. Wei Kwan. Straight from Shaolin. She basically, took the riff from, what's the name song? Oh, Western town is back down.
Is it like slow down?
Yeah.
She slowed it down from the original. Sorry about the crackling
Of the chip bag.
chip bag.
Of the chip bag.
Those lime Tostitos are very good.
My favorite Tostitos are the lime Tostitos with guacamole and salsa.
Yes. So good.
Yeah, so that's pretty much new music. I can play one more for you guys if you want.
Come on, give it to us.
Alright, this one's called Stay True from Mariba from her album The Jungle is the Only Way Out.
Mariba.
Mariba.
Let me fast forward it. It's kind of slow. Yeah, so she's really saying something. This one sounds really good. So check her out. Her name is Mariba, M-E-R-E-B-A, from The Jungle is Only Way Out.
Cool.
This is R&B soul. All right, that's my new music.
All right.
All right. So what's going on in the world?
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'? Oh, what's poppin'? Oh, what's poppin'? Oh, what's poppin'?
What's poppin' this
on?
week?
Oh my gosh, Jesse Smollett. Again, he's in the news. He has been indicted on 16 counts.
Wait a second. 16 counts?
16 counts of felony charges for
That is
allegedly filing a false police report. Among other things, false hate crime, false other stuff. And so he's being officially indicted.
That's...
Oh my goodness.
I'm sure he didn't think it was gonna go that way.
I don't think he thought that either, but we'll see how this turns out.
But it is a crime to report a false police report.
Yes.
Just know that if you get on law enforcement's bad side, I feel like they're gonna come out to get you.
They go, especially at this national level of news, and for it to be so widely spread as it was. Yeah, I think it just kind of spiraled out of control.
I was really like, when I saw that, I don't know if it was at a concert or what, but he was speaking to the audience and saying like, I fought back though. I fought back. I wanted to let them know that I was a gay Tupac.
He said that?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
when he said that, I said, wait, okay.
Okay, maybe he was doing a little bit too much.
Whoa, okay, now you being extra right now.
I did not realize he
Jay-Z, he said he was like the gay Tupac.
He's the gay Tupac.
Oh,
like, what does that mean?
Clearly lost his mind. That's what that means.
Oh my God.
Clearly lost his mind.
Well, they said that he might have been doing some kind of substances, psychoactive substance. He might have been had a drug-induced psychosis, maybe.
They said he was addicted to ecstasy for a couple of years now.
The businessman, that business will have you hungry and on drugs. hungry for
a
money.
lot of celebrities deal with it under wraps. So it kind of just came out.
Well, when it's all around you and everybody, life is a constant party, and you ain't really got to worry too much about a whole bunch of stuff. Just about feeling better. That's really what you try to work on, is feeling good.
Right.
And sometimes if you ain't got nobody to rub you on that good side,
oh my God,
then what happens?
You go to substance or to drinking.
Well, you go to.
substance.
So either you go to people, objects, places, or things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, just pray for Jussie and his mind.
Pray for him.
But did y'all see this R. Kelly interview with
Ooh,
Gail?
child.
I watched part of it, and there was a CNN body language reporter that I just posted on my Facebook yesterday. Who she's an expert, and she was describing how R. Kelly's responses
were very defensive
and indicative of him lying. She was mentioning how when he would say no, his head will go like this, and that says yes, because our mouths are saying are lying, but our brains can't comprehend.
Yes.
And so when he wanted to say yes, he would go like this. He would be like, absolutely. Absolutely. And when he was saying
oh
no,
my
he
God.
was like this. And they showed the clips.
I really
of him
need to watch
responding.
the whole interview.
And the CNN expert was like, but really the body language of Gail was just superb. She was like, if
Superb, yes.
interviewers got an Oscar, Gail King would get the Oscar of interviews for the year.
So reserved.
She was composed.
R. Kelly then freaking got up, was in her face and moving his hands like, oh no.
He was being so extra and
super extra. She was just like,
she was very composed. She maintained her calmness. And the CNN expert who was doing the body language review, she was like, and watch Gail's toes go up. This is indicative of excitement. Gail was really excited. She's like, this is interviewer goals because she knows.
All right, here's a clip.
oh Lord.
At this point, we briefly paused the interview to give Kelly a moment. The publicist helped calm him down. I hope this time keep going.
It's like,
Why would I hold all these women? Their mothers and fathers told me, we're going to destroy your career. But Kelly's emotions remained raw. There's real girls out there missing.
Robert?
There's real young girls out there being abducted.
Ooh, I just seen how Gail, she parted her bangs and she's like, I still gotta deal with this nigga.
Right.
That I feel like that was what that was. That was just like, let me this nigga again. Like, come on.
Oh my God.
She was like, I'm trying to help you out. You have a moment. We stop the cameras. I hope they keep the cameras rolling. All right, really? Okay.
Gail is like, oh, you being so extra, but she got gold. Like that interview is gonna go down in history, similar to the way that Whitney Houston with what was it, Diane Sawyer? That will go down in history. You know what I mean? Like this is one of the interviews that Gail is just like, this is the prime of my experience. So yeah, you guys, and SNL did a skit too. Did y'all see that? SNL skit was so funny. They opened up SNL with this skit, and it's just so good. You got to check it out. It's really good.
Yeah, it was Keenan and what's her name?
I don't know her name, but
yeah, but the black woman, the real good black woman on there. So she was Gail and Keenan was Kel's.
And Keenan did such a good job.
Keenan is so he's always been funny.
He was like, I gave you Trapped in a Closet. I gave you AJ nothing but a number. I gave you so many clues.
Oh my God.
I gotta catch that again. I feel like I fell asleep. I was looking at it, I saw it, but I fell asleep right afterwards.
Yeah.
So, gotta check that out again. What else is going on?
also released this past weekend, which we brought up last week. None of us had seen it, but the Leaving Neverland HBO documentary. And
I'm telling you, I will never be able to listen to PYT again the same way.
Darren, you watched it?
Yes, I watched it.
Yeah.
I watched it yesterday while I was folding my clothes. You know, and I had to go into the next one, and then I even watched that Oprah special.
Yeah, I had to watch.
Interview.
Daisy said it took 3 days for her to watch it. I said no, I gotta watch the
all in one
whole thing
Yeah, I
in
watched
one
it all
sitting.
in one day.
Okay.
I mean, but what I really appreciate about it, which was I was telling you guys last week, was that men are socialized not to tell,
Right.
Yeah.
or not to say anything, or just to
Right.
hold it all in.
Right.
Think about something else. Look at my bad practices. What I just opened with saying that, oh, I'm just gonna go along with my day and act like it never happened, or let me just put it back so far in the recesses of my mind that it doesn't. And what was interesting is that, you know, they said that it didn't really come up until they had boys. They both had boys.
Right.
And until those boys reached the age that they were when they were first had sexual encounters with Michael Jackson. But the thing is that they never really said it was abuse. Well, they call it abuse now.
Yeah.
But even in describing and recalling the incidences, they kept calling it sexual encounters with Michael.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because
as if they were ingrained.
I don't want to tell the whole. Y'all know I'm a spoiler.
Go
I just say one.
Go ahead,
Devin, say it.
Okay, so Wade Robson, he said that Michael had told him that if he tells anybody, then they're gonna put both of them away in jail for a long time.
And Michael,
so of course Wade Robinson at that age, he's like, oh no, I don't want to go to jail. Like,
yeah.
Oh no, like.
And he said Michael repeatedly told him that it was ingrained in his head. If anybody finds out, we're both going to go to jail. We're both going to get in trouble.
Right.
And so that prevents, you from being able to share because you think, like, I'm going to get in trouble and Michael's going to get in trouble.
He moved my family from Australia and he did all of this for me and my parents and I can't just do this to him.
Yeah, you all. This documentary just really rocked me because I wasn't mentally or emotionally prepared to deal with the level of footage that they displayed as well. The real footage of him interacting with these boys.
Right.
And
yeah, but even like later on, you figure, okay, he moves on and these boys are hurt because it's so. My goodness, I don't know. It's just so tormenting. I don't even know what words to put it because it's almost like, Michael moved on to other kids.
Exactly.
And then he just left them, and then like they were there, they still had this love for him,
and they felt jealous.
Right.
It's just goes into the mind games and the brainwashing,
manipulation, and all.
Just so many things. And Michael is not here to defend himself, and I think that is, defend himself or at least give his side of the story.
Right.
And that's the piece for me that is also unsettling because we never know what Michael went through. Mind you, it doesn't excuse any of his behavior and things that he's done, but we never know what Michael went through even as a child and things that he was exposed to or things that he was told as a young boy growing up in the industry. And for him to behave in this way, I do think that his growth and maturity was stunted.
Yes.
And the fact that he befriended these kids.
Right.
Like, they were his real friends.
He didn't have a regular childhood.
He was faxing them every day, calling them every day, and it's actual phone, conversations that he would have in actual faxes that they showed. Y'all gotta see this documentary.
No, but I mean, I remember I did a report on pedophilia because it is a diagnosis of a mental health disorder.
Right.
And I remember, doing, a report, in class when I was getting my graduate degree in social work on pedophilia. And it was really difficult to find a lot of evidence because, for one, all the evidence that's there is for people who are locked up. Right? You don't really get the good raw data from all the other instances that have occurred, You know, whether or not it was reported or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or people who just weren't convicted.
Right.
You know, of these things.
Right.
So the data really doesn't inform us so much about pedophiles and the sickness that it actually is.
It's a sickness.
It's actually it's a mental health disorder.
Uh-huh.
But part of pedophiles, or a recurring thing for pedophiles, is that within the child they see some kind of emotional deficiency that the kid is able to meet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what
or they're connected to their childlike selves, you know.
Right, it was very clear in the documentary that that's what was happening with Michael and his relationship with these young boys. So I really encourage people, you know, if you're ready to watch something like that, go ahead and watch it. I think it's incredibly informative. And really, it's a good take, I think, on men and their experiences with, you know, sexual misconduct as young boys, and the fact that they're, like Darren mentioned, that society doesn't provoke men or encourage men to come forward at such a young age, or even earlier, or to say something.
Yeah, or even what Oprah had gone into is that just because that sexual abuse, I mean, people connote sexual abuse or any kind of, you know, molestation, anything like that. Like, there's actual abuse that it hurts, that it's pain. Mm-hmm. And that may not come at first.
Yeah, because there's
that hurt,
grooming.
that pain, right, there's grooming there.
Right.
And so the thing is that, you know, molestation or that kind of abuse that is sexual in a way is confusing because it feels good. Mm-hmm. And the pleasure points that you are touching, it is parts of your body that feel good.
And you trust the person who's doing it to you because of the grooming.
Right, and you don't know exactly what it is that's happening or going on, and you can't really explain it.
Exactly.
You don't have the words to articulate it.
And the pain may come years or even decades later.
Yeah.
And it may come out sideways and other things that a person may have been doing, whether or not they have been depressed, whether or not they have had any other kind of challenges or mental health challenges later on in life. You know, that's what you figure.
Anxiety, substance abuse.
Yeah.
Right. Just one more thing about this is that Michael Jackson, I mean, I think he is going to have his day. People are going to start pulling their music. I mean, it is something very different, you know.
The Simpsons have pulled their Michael Jackson famous episode.
Right. And radio stations across the country are stopped playing his music.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
this was an artist who was the world loves him.
But he went through 2 court cases.
I know.
Over the same thing. And you gotta ask yourself, like, well, who was over there drinking the Kool-Aid? Was it us? I'm sorry, it was the Jesus juice. Remember? You guys remember that? He was giving the kids Jesus juice and stuff.
Oh my God.
You know, and some people have even mentioned, like, why would these families, these white families in particular, allow their white sons to sleep in the bed with a black man? Mm-hmm. And there's so many feelings I have about that, because I'm like, I don't think these white people saw Michael as a black man. I think that they really saw him as a famous celebrity who they admired, who was an icon, and who they were building a relationship with. They were talking to him every day. They were speaking. He was, you know, calling their children. They felt like
he didn't.
This
was
is what
doing
they
harm.
said. We felt like he was a part of the family because we talked to him so
often.
often.
But let's be real. Michael was white by then. Let's be honest. Michael was white by then. He was pale white by then.
Yes.
That's what helped.
Yes.
True.
Because the skin tone, the skin pigment was not black or brown.
True. So you guys check it out. It's definitely a good documentary. I think it'll create a lot more dialogue and discussion in the coming weeks. Next on our list, there was a deadly Ethiopian Airlines plane crash today in Ethiopia. 6 minutes after takeoff, there were no survivors. About 100, a little over 100, almost 160 people. I think they said 157 people.
Wow.
Everyone on the flight lost their lives. It was a Boeing 737 MAX 8 jetliner. And And the reason why, they don't know what the reason why it crashed, but in October, the same type of plane also crashed and killed about 190 people also on the same type of plane. So something is going on, I think, that they're discovering with these Boeing 737 MAX 8 jetliners.
I mean, but
crazy.
the 737s, I mean,
they're pretty good.
Well, they're mostly used. I mean, they don't really fly 747s anymore. They fly 737s. Those are the passenger ones that we all get on. That's a Boeing.
Right.
I mean, unless you're lucky enough to get on an Airbus or something.
And the one that just crashed was actually released, created. It was new.
Wow.
What?
In 2018.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And it
was
crashed.
new, and it crashed.
It was
And
like
it-
some
this
type
was
of
in
malfunction.
Yeah, Ethiopian Airlines. So just, sending prayers out to all those that lost one loved ones. It was 8 Americans, I think 8 United States citizens that were on the flight, about 20 or so Kenyans. It was quite a number. It was a number of different countries represented
You know
on
what that
that
reminded me
airline.
of? Final Destination.
I know, it's some freaky stuff.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh, yeah, so
Oh my God.
South by Southwest is also happening this week in Texas. It's a major conference that happens every year that goes across the board in the industry. I think it's an interdisciplinary conference where they bring in education, arts, film, music, politics, a number of different things. I think Alexandra
Ocasio-Cortez.
Ocasio-Cortez was there and did an interview as well, like a live interview with some audience and a Q&A. And so it's happening this week. So I'm curious to see what comes up after this conference. And it's where a lot of things are released and new information is shared.
Cool.
Daisy, so you said Luke Perry died.
Yeah, he
Oh.
passed away this week. I know.
For those of you who don't know who Luke Perry is, he's the one from 90210.
I know, he's Dylan.
Dylan.
First ever crush of many young girls in the 90s.
I know.
You know, he was also on the TV show on Netflix, also on Netflix, Riverdale. So he was the father in Riverdale, and they're going to do a tribute to him. But he passed away. He had a stroke and was in a coma and didn't come out of the coma. So he died at 52 this past week. Prayers go out to his. I believe he has a fiance, or he had a fiance, and she's devastated. A daughter was also devastated as well. So prayers go out to their family as well. Devin, you said, speaking of those who have passed away, Frida Foreman.
Yeah, she passed away at 42. They said they found her this morning, but they don't really know the causes of her death yet. So, but yeah, I just saw that. Yeah, George Foreman's daughter.
Okay.
At 42, that's pretty young.
Yeah.
Rest in peace
Oh
to the
boy.
fallen.
Yeah.
And
That's a good
so
thing.
also, I'm sorry. So yeah, rest in peace.
Moving
But
on.
the Millennium Tour kicked off yesterday. I believe it was in Pennsylvania. And they said that, well, I saw a clip of B2K doing their performance, and they were pretty cool. They were,
They were okay.
They were okay, decent, Like, I was really a B2K fan, but that was just like for that moment. Like,
Right.
I was what, 15, 16, 17, no, I was like 15, 16.
Well, they weren't around that long. They were only around for like 2.5 years, right?
Right. And then that's when all that stuff with Chris Stokes broke out. But yeah. And then Omarion went solo, so.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really what broke the group up, is when Omarion went solo, right?
Right. And then so everybody else started doing their stuff. But Lil Fizz is the one who really tried to bring them back together, because he saw that Pretty Ricky had got back together, and he was like, well, if they can do it,
The
we can do
whole
it.
the whole group got back together?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we had saw them at R&B only, but that wasn't
Right.
the full group then, was it?
No, it was all of them. It was Spectacular. It was Pleasure P. What's his name? The light skinned one was Spectacular, and the other one. What is his name? I can't think of his name. But and then it's the other one with the dread.
Pretty Ricky came out way after B2K anyway.
Yeah, they came out like 2005.
Right. So he saw that they were getting money, making money, like that they had a sizable crowd coming out to their shows, right?
So he was like, "Oh yeah, we can do it."
Yeah, there's a niche market still for us.
Yeah.
We can't let them little Asian boys be the only guy groups out here
who are killing the game right now.
Yeah.
They really are. Oh
South
my god.
Korean groups.
It's a new one. It's a new group. I forget what they're called, but they broke some records on getting YouTube videos and stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're really taking over. So
yeah, South Korean.
I mean, speaking of the Millennium Tour and the whole B2K era, Kimora Lee Simmons relaunches Baby Fat with her daughters on board. They haven't described how her daughters will be involved, but
most
they're
likely modeling.
Are doing something creating.
Designing the new clothes.
Right.
Possibly. They're set to release their new clothing line in the fall of 2019. I am excited because I really want some velour jumpsuits. I want some Baby Fat jeans that can fit my butt.
Well, you want them sweatpants to say Baby Fat on the back of their
Yes, I want the Baby Fat on the back of my ass. I want the little cat.
Oh my god.
I want a tube top.
Yo, those things are a little
fur jackets.
Yeah, I want a fur jacket.
Oh, they have fur jackets too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember them fur, the one with the fur on the hood.
On the hood, yes.
Yeah, I remember
Those were so popular.
Bring
in
it
the early
back.
2000s.
I am so ready.
No, I remember being in middle school and all the girls had that stuff. But I remember one time it was like one of the monitors or whatever. They saw a girl because she had delicious written on the back of her
No, she
on the
didn't.
back of her butt.
I'm not
It said delicious written on the back of it.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, they just come out to school anywhere.
Yeah. What is happening?
I know. It's so close to.
Devin just jumping into the mic.
Chipped my tooth on the mic. I'm just playing. Oh my gosh.
So I'm excited to see her line come out. She relaunched that this week. J-Lo and Rod also got engaged.
Really?
Finally, they are engaged. They said that the ring is huge.
I'm sure.
Yo, for J-Lo, what is that? Marriage number 4 or 5?
4.
Yeah.
Number 4. Yeah. I mean, they seem very happy. So
I know.
Be happy.
Right.
Yeah, she found her a Latin man again.
Right.
Mark Anthony.
Have you
Mark
seen?
Anthony, right?
No, but wait. Have y'all seen that picture where she was with Mark Anthony, but they was at a baseball game picture together?
I haven't seen it.
That was funny. Like, it was a whole thing of like past marriages and like their future husbands or whatever, like in the same picture. Like, it was multiple couples like that were. I was like, dang, that's interesting.
It's called a blended family. You know,
Right.
Mark Anthony is still the dad of her 2 twins.
Right.
And so he still has to be around. Like,
Exactly. Hey.
you know, things didn't work out. So I'm excited though, you guys. It was announced this week also that Michelle Obama will be at UCLA on May 1st for a day that they're calling College Signing Day, similar to how they sign athletes to the NFL or NBA. They're making a big announcement because May 1st is
the deadline, right?
The deadline to the student intent to register, so it's like the SIR. And so they wanted to make it a big deal that if we're making it a big deal that these people are being drafted, we should make a big deal that students are going to college.
Right.
And so they're launching it with Michelle Obama at Poly Pavilion.
That's what's up. All right.
People are like, how do we get tickets? I don't know. I have no idea.
Wait, but you'll be able to go, right?
I have no idea.
No,
I'm gonna
You
sneak
have
in.
to.
you gotta hope UCLA has that campus cable so you can get a live feed.
Right.
I'm sure it will be a
Let me
live
turn on
Right.
that. Yeah,
something like that. And to wrap up what's popping this week in our pop culture and celebrity news, Alex Trebek our famous Jeopardy host of all time, has announced that he has stage 4 pancreatic cancer and really feeling sad, but he said that he's going to try to beat it and fight it and still remain the host for as long as he can. So let's just see.
He's been doing it for over 30 years.
He's been one of the longest.
Over 35 years.
Right.
Like, I have not seen another host.
Yeah.
I was just thinking,
not since all of us were born. Has there
No.
been a different host? He's been doing it since '84.
Wow. Yeah, let's just pray for him, you all, because I don't know if Jeopardy can go on without him.
Right.
I don't want to watch Jeopardy without Alex Trebek.
Get your life, David. Do you even watch it now?
I do watch Jeopardy. I think Jeopardy is like one of my favorite TV shows.
Right. Hey, 7 o'clock is the time heard around.
No,
I don't know what times it goes on later, but 7 o'clock is what time it goes on. All the time. It's always been 7 o'clock.
Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy.
Yeah.
He has
7:30.
and just think about that. Like, most TV shows will change their airtime or be on a different network.
But
he has maintained
it's syndicated.
that time, that network. So it's, just praying for his body.
Yeah.
Healing.
So to go into politics real quick, have you guys heard about what's been going on lately?
No.
All right, so Representative Ilhan Omar, she's this Muslim woman who was recently elected to Congress, right, from Michigan. So she went out and said, she's been saying that there's like basically that Congress people or politicians are being beholden to another nation by doing anything and everything basically that Israel wants or says. So she's been charged with anti-Semitism.
Wow.
And Congress actually passed a resolution against discrimination. It was originally supposed to be against anti-Semitism, but they said that maybe they should broaden it to anti-discrimination. So for the second time, she's been reprimanded for the things that she's been saying out on Twitter and out in public.
Wow. Okay. What are the consequences?
Well, that she could face censure. That's what Republicans are calling for, right? Because Republicans are making a big deal out of this.
Of course.
And saying that Democrats are anti-Semitic. But if they know anything about some of these conservative wingnuts, then they would know that some of these conservative people, they have been making death threats and saying all kinds of ill things about George Soros, who is a major Democratic donor. And he's Jewish. So they've been saying all kinds of things about him for all this time, and Republicans have said nothing. Actually, they've been referring to George Soros as reasons why Democrats, they're funded by George Soros. This is George Soros' campaign. And they've said nothing about this. This has been going on for years. So,
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Representative Omar, she's new. She needs to know how to frame statements better so that they're not misconstrued.
She needs some, what do you call it? Like publicity training.
Public speaking.
Yeah, there's actual training that politicians and celebrities. Yeah, it's like actual training that you go through.
Yeah.
Media training to learn how to talk.
Right, and how to stay on message and how to defend yourself. Because she could have been on some radio stations and say exactly what she meant, which is what I believe she meant. Was nothing driven out of anti-Semitism, but it was being critical of the fact that some politicians, they just blindly support AIPAC and whatever they say without any kind of critical. AIPAC, it is basically a lobby for the Israeli government and here in the United States. I mean, and I think if you go towards the argument that politicians shouldn't be blindly supporting anything that lobbyists say, then you could go somewhere with that instead of just saying that all these politicians are swearing allegiance to Israel, which is what she kind of said.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway.
Dang it.
Yeah. But anyway, in other news, Trump did an address to the Conservative Political Action Committee, CPAC. my charge again, I think we've discussed this before, is really just the fact that many of these conservatives are saying that Trump is anointed by God to be president.
He signed a Bible recently. Trump signed, literally put his signature on a
and
Bible.
They probably ate that up. That's ridiculous. You would never, unless you're signing your name to say that this is my Bible, you shouldn't be signing it. So he signed somebody's Bible.
He signed somebody's Bible.
But that just shows you that these people, they're not Christians.
No.
They're cultists. They're white supremacists. That's all they support. Because when Obama was ordained to be in office, they didn't say any of that, but called him a Muslim. They called him a Muslim, said he wasn't Christian, said he didn't deserve to be there, called him a monkey, called his wife a man, said that they're not going to support anything that he does, and then they turn around and say, well, we need to support our president because God ordained him in office.
God did not ordain nothing.
No.
That was the devil.
If he allowed it to happen, it's for, well, I don't know. I sincerely hope that,
I hope he gets indicted soon.
The people who deserve to get God's vengeance, I hope they do. God's in control.
God's vengeance is coming. Okay, that's all I know.
Well, that's all I have for politics. But in a special segment, we'd like to talk to you guys about our travel, about traveling. Have you ever wanted to go out to some place across the country? Have you ever wanted to just get out of town?
Yes.
Have you ever been confused as to where to start and what to ask and where to go? Where will you stay? Don't worry not. I think we got you guys covered. We're going to be introducing to you guys Oliver Travel Services, where we will be able to help accommodate you wherever your heart desires.
Yes.
Through Westgate Travel. Just to let you guys know, if you guys are interested, please hit us up on our DM, email us, hit us up if you guys know us personally through Facebook or anything like that.
Facebook,
we are so
IG.
down to help you guys get away. Because you know what they say about getting away?
Want to get away?
What do they say about getting away?
It's time to do it.
What's good? What?
I'm just playing.
What's so good about it?
You return recharged. You come back a new person.
10. You come back relaxed, refreshed.
I'm not convinced.
Everyone get a passport.
Yes,
We
get
are ready
your passport.
to make sure that you travel and you travel safely and you have all of your accommodations
Affordable.
handled. Oh, dear, where were you getting at?
Well, I was getting at that yes, traveling. Not only will your eyes see, not only will your minds wonder, not only will your nostrils smell the pure air of a foreign land, not only will your lips taste the sweet juices of fruits of a different continent.
You guys want to taste some good foreign food?
Not only will your ears hear the birds chirping in the air, not only will your senses be aware, but you will be able to see God's bountiful glory bestowed upon the earth. Okay, all right.
Want to get away?
All right, basically that's just me. Yeah, that's just me saying that we can help you out. It's important. I think it's important to travel to see other places, to get out of your comfort zone.
And we'll start posting information on our Facebook page where you all can sign up online and learn about our travel website and pick out the destinations you want to go. So stay tuned for that information.
Yeah. So.
This was a pretty
straight.
Right. It was straight to the point. No messing around type of episode. So yeah, I hope you guys.
Anybody got a question? Next week we'll end
have
with
a
question of the week.
Yes.
If you all have a question that you want us to bring up or a topic to discuss, let us know.
Right,
Proverbs 3, 5, and 6.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path.
God bless.
2009.
Good night.